Hey folks, welcome back to SE Hollers. I'm Saxawine, and today we are getting into the MISC Hull-B. This bad boy is brand new to the verse, and we are going to talk about everything that we possibly can in regards to my first thoughts of the Hull-B. Like, there's going to be further testing, and if you want to see me test this live, I am going to be available on twitch.tv, YouTube, and on Kick at 9 p.m. Pacific time, and we are going to be hauling pretty much all night. So be sure to check me out 9 p.m. Pacific time, and then I'll have other times posted at the bottom of the screen here as well. So that being said, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. It's free to do and helps the channel and helps me. So let's get into this haul. So right off the bat, this is your entry into true cargo hauling. It's not a starter like the Intrepid or the Hull-A, but it's not massive like the Hull-C or what the Ironclad will be, but right in that sweet spot. So let's talk about specs while we're in quantum here. SCM speed sitting at 145 and boost up to 340. Nav mode is pushing 960, so nav mode is quite slower compared to other ships relative to its size. So for instance, the Hermes will outrate the Hull-B by a drastic amount. Now, components. Across the board, we have size 2 components, but we have dual grade C industrial coolers, a grade D industrial power plant, a grade C competition quantum drive, and 4 grade B industrial shields, which is honestly pretty solid for survivability. So on paper, this thing is built to work, and it shows that it's built to work for the sole fact that this thing has 4 size 3 Panther repeaters on it. So this thing is not going to do a lot of damage. It doesn't have a lot of guns. This is meant to be tanky and meant to be a workhorse. Like, you're not going to win any races with this thing. So on its maiden voyage, we are going to Fallow Field, and we are going to pick up some Bexelite. Now, the reason I picked Fallow Field is because this place is all jacked up in the 4.7 patch. Like, you'll see when I get down there, but like, these stone structures are not positioned the way that they're supposed to be positioned. CIG, please get your level design people on this because it's a little whack. So I wanted to park at this elevator like right in front of us, and it looks like it's covered up by this rock now, so I might have to find another one. Yeah, so it's to the right of the ship here. It's completely covered up, but there is plenty of space to park this long old freaking river barge. Okay, so we found a freight elevator over on the opposite side, and this one's going to be kind of risky, so it seems super small on the inside here. We are going to see if we can actually fit inside here. Like, how long is this thing really, right? Oh, actually, that fits perfectly. Okay, well then. Very nice. All right, let's go make a purchase. So I know where the commodity terminal is supposed to be at, but with all these rocks and weird places, I think this is the building right in front of me, but I feel like it was farther back here, but I don't know. Also, I don't remember this freaking destroyed ship being back here. But it looks cool. Okay, so I think I was right. I think this building is our commodity terminal. I don't know. We're kind of lucky that the commodity terminal building here isn't like covered by a rock. All right, we are going to select Fallow Field, and we are going to pick up Bexelite max. So 512 for 12.572 million. All right. There's one more place I want to show y'all real quick at Fallow Field, and then we'll get to the loading process of this, which is right across the way here. Like, this is the most jacked up portion of Fallow Field. So if we just run into this like shop section area, like, you can see right in front of us, like, even the mule that was in the background, it was on fire. You can see, like, most of that building is just surrounded by this rock to my left. Like even this little fence post here is like half of it's covered by the rock that's out of place. You can even see pyro like through the rock. That's crazy. This building on the left is covered in the rock. Like this whole place is just jacked up and it's wild. Okay, so we're going to split our 64 containers into stacks of 12. I think that's going to leave us with 4 left over. Do these elevators allow us to fit like 14? No, I think it is 12. Let's try. Yep. Okay, so it is 12. All right, so we're going to try the onboard tractor beam. And according to the Q&A, the onboard tractor beam, you're supposed to be able to have control from one of them or maybe both of them from the pilot and the co-pilot seat, much like the Hermes, but it is bugged and they are working on it. So currently only the pilot, or excuse me, the co-pilot has any control over the tractor beams, the onboard tractor beams. And that's the case with the Hermes as well. So let's drop some pips in the shield, turn on power to tractor beams. And this looks like it's going to be just like the Hull-C. Okay, so this is the starboard side turret. Into remote turret. Gives me... Okay, so this is the top turret. Okay, so there's another bug. Like, it doesn't actually have any readouts. But, I mean, so far, like... I don't like the depth. The depth of field is really weird from this angle, but I can access everything from what I can see so far. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there is like an angle that's going to be super weird to load, but depth of field is definitely going to be a big issue on the far end. And why do those boxes look like they're not level? What? Am I tripping? Okay, we'll fix it after. All right, last box on this load. And we're just going to try to place it up here. And that is an issue. That is an issue. The rear of the ship is in the way. It's not impossible, but that was like fairly difficult to get that on here. But let's go ahead and pull up some more cargo. Before we do this, I just want to show you, like, these boxes are perfectly even. So, like, the angle I had on the onboard tractor beam was just super weird. Maybe the shadows played an effect on it too, to make it look like that they weren't level. But they are definitely level. So not that you can't manipulate the onboard tractor beam to make it easier for you to put cargo on there at the end, but I am finding it much easier to load with on the ground with a max lift than I would be able to with the... That's just personal preference. I feel like it feels a lot better to load it from the ground. All right, we have finished loading up this side, and we need to turn this bad boy around because it's the only way I could get it in here. I hope you all enjoy my journey of getting this large ship into this small hull and doing it in third person, because this is a great idea. Oh, we got it. Alrighty. And we are going the wrong way. Come on. Roll a little bit, roll a little bit. Come on. The thrusters in the front turned off, and that has me worried. There they are. Okay, okay. Back it up, back it up. All right, not bad so far. I will say, for a ship this big, it is actually quite thin. Like, I feel like I could fit it into a lot of places. It might even fit in the back of an Idris. Maybe with the landing gear up or something. Somebody test that for me. All right, let's load up the rest of this and head on over to our next spot. All right, time to drop off this cargo and make a quick buck. And let me tell you, this thing is actually really good to fly. Like, it feels really good to fly with cargo like fully loaded on it. I would imagine this might get adjusted, but like the thrusters are super strong. You lift off the ground fairly easily with full of cargo. And then obviously your forward thrusters, I mean, they work the same way. It works the same way as a Hull-C. So it's like you're more laden down, so it takes longer to like get that forward thrust. But overall, it feels good to actually fly even laden with cargo. All right, we made a quick hop, skip, and a jump over to Sacren's plot from Fallow Field, and we are going to offload all this Bexelite. And then see, oh my gosh, this thing is like, I'm trying to shift it left and it just keeps sliding to the right, but we got it. It wasn't too bad. Nothing like completely uncontrollable, but this thing definitely like struggles with the side thrust. All right, cool. Let's get this offloaded. Now that we have everything that we need, let's sell this cargo. 512. Okay, so we can sell all of it for 18.714 million. That's going to be just under a 6 million profit, just going from Fallow Field over to Sacren's plot. And we didn't have to pull out the Caterpillar. We didn't have to pull out the C2. We got the Hull-B, and it actually fit really nicely. Like, it's super thin, much like the Caterpillar is, but it flies so much better than the Caterpillar. So you lose some SCU storage if you downgrade from the Caterpillar to the Hull-B, but I feel like it's so worth it. Okay, so I didn't go over this previously, but let's go ahead and do an interior ship tour. And so we're gonna go up here. So the elevator to go up is actually on the starboard side, unlike the Hull-A and the Hull-C where it's on the port side. So as you come up the elevator, immediately to your front is going to be like your mud room, as a lot of like I have a mud room in my house. So you have your suit lockers on the left, you have a weapon rack and like a little seating area on the right hand side here. You also have the airlock, and this is a double door airlock. So it's, from my understanding, from what John Crew said in the Behind the Ships episode, eventually the Hull-B will be able to dock. So that is an option, and I assume that is what that is going to be for. So going back to our elevator, if we were to take a right, we come down the main hallway here. And the first thing you'll see is actually these rooms on the left. So the one on the left is your habitation room. Comes with bunk beds, a desk for you to sit at. It looks like a little hat slot, or maybe like a little trinket slot. There's also a fridge down here, a little mini fridge for you to get into. Door actually opens, unlike on the MSR. And then you have a bathroom. Oh, you can put a poster here. That's only the second ship I've seen so far that has like a poster slot. The only other one was the Clipper. Oh, the mirror works. There's only a few ship where the mirror actually works too. So the mirror works. Hooray. And shower with actual soap and stuff. If we go to the opposite side, I imagine this will be our like dining area. Yep, so we got a table, we got a little kitchenette area, another fridge, and another poster slot. So fantastic. I'm gonna have to get some posters on this thing. Looks like we have some components here in the front hallway. So computers, radar, and relay. Other side, we have the battery. Nothing's going to be in there. And doesn't look like we have anything right there. Okay, and then we have the cockpit up at the front. Nothing like too unfamiliar. Although there is this gadget rack right here. So you can put, it's a utility locker. And you can put your max lift and your multi-tools in here. So not only do you have the weapons rack that's like as what I call the mud room, you also have this utility rack, which is quite nice. On the other side, you have more computers, I think. Oh, life support. So you have life support on this side here. Also, that button's broken. Like, that's super weird. Let's go ahead and go back to the elevator. And if you were to take a left turn instead of a right turn, you would hit this room here. This is your engineering room. This is where all your components are at. And nothing new here. But you can see you have the power plant shield generator here. You have a cooler and a shield generator here. Gravity generator, which isn't in yet. And same thing. So we have, oh, there's another battery slot. So we have a battery slot up front near the cockpit and then one back here. And then we have another cooler and shield generator and our quantum drive and jump drive. So that's the interior of the ship. And I think that's going to be it for the Hull-B for now. So watch out for another video coming soon. And it's going to be more of a like in-depth video on the Hull-B. We got into some cargo. My initial first thoughts are this thing flies really, really well, especially really laden with cargo, which is awesome. The unfortunate thing that I don't like is there's like no storage area for an Atlas, but I haven't tested it fully. We might be able to get an Atlas through the airlock to like store it through there, but I feel like this would be better loaded instead of with the onboard ship tractor beams. You would have a better time with an Atlas on the ground, like one Atlas on each side on the ground. But that needs to be tested. That being said, I'm Saxon Wine with SD Haulers, and hit that like and subscribe button, and be sure to stick around and wait for the next video. Catch me live on twitch.tv/SC Haulers at 9 p.m. Pacific time. And we will see you at the next haul. Love you, bye.
I dig
What
it.
a relaxing ride.
Way better
Truly
than
being
the Aurora.
chauffeured